What's up, you guys? This is LionLover228 here, and I am in a temperate deciduous forest, which is what this ecosystem you're seeing here is called. I figured I'd wait on that pronghorn video for the hunter call of the wild. So I figured on doing a series of the plants I can properly identify around here in this forest, called the Flora and Fauna, which would be a pretty interesting name, as it already is. As you can see here, the plant I'm going to document today for this episode, striped maple. Now see the leaves here? This is key to identifying the striped maple. If you see leaves this big, it's a striped maple. However, if you're not convinced, take a look at the bark. See that? This is why this is called striped maple, because the bark has black stripes on green bark. The leaves can also make this tree. The leaves can also make this species also really easy to identify. To experts, according to people who study these plants, at least in the wild, this is also called moosewood or moose maple, because where this is native in upstate New York is where the king of deer, moose, browse on these plants. Now give me a moment here. There you go. If you see any tree that has giant goose-shaped palms of the leaf, it's a striped maple. However, if you're not convinced or not sure, just always take a look at the bark. See that? One of the key ways to identifying this tree species. And it's also one of the maple tree species that is native to where I live in Delaware County, New York. As you may already see here, in case you're wondering if this tree is poisonous to touch or whatnot, it's safe to touch. Don't worry. It's not like poison ivy. But I did read some article where if you touched the sap of the striped maple, then it's possible that you could get a rash, like poison ivy, except it's not as severe. That's what the article thinks, apparently. And because of that, striped maple is one of those trees whose sap isn't that good enough for maple syrup making, in case you were wondering. And as such, some of the only maple tree species that can actually produce maple syrup is the sugar maple species, along with the red maple species, and same for silver maple too. I'll give you another glimpse of the ecosystem where I live in, called a temperate deciduous forest. And in case you're wondering, this is a spot where my niece and nephew, Juliana and Preston, decided to make their fort at, which is really cool. And as such opened up an opportunity for me to document the striped maple tree, even though I haven't really thought about doing it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, you might be thinking right now, why is this tree not that tall, even though it's like nearly as tall as me? Well, the striped maple is usually a under canopy tree. In other words, a tree that seldom grows. In other words, a tree species that seldom grows to be about as tall as these trees up here, which I think might be aspens up there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video for today. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button if you wish. However, if you have any problem or any form with the content I produce, stop watching right now and get lost to find a different YouTube channel. Also, if you really like my content, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos in the future. And again, huge apologies for how long I've been gone. And also, don't forget to answer Ripperoo's question of the day in the comment section below if you wish to. I hope you loved the very first the Flora and Fauna episode, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!